Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. It's kind of a bigger, different one, though. It's kind of a precursor to a multi-shot that will be happening soon enough. Uh, this is Wick. I'm going to be the DM for today, and I have three lovely players with me today. Uh, would you like to introduce yourselves from top to bottom?
Hello, I am Oatmeal, and I will be playing the Professor, a mm, an alien. I'll say that, real kind alien.
Nice.
Right. I guess that's my turn. I am Tala. I am going to be playing Amber Pyerson. If it could just let me post the picture. Alright. She is a Toon-kind artificer who is made of fire.
Cool.
Hi, my name is Magic. I am currently playing a bard called Seeker. He's real kind. He's a satyr, and he has sunglasses. Yeah, really an update is ref, but yeah.
Nice. And so we have the three of you. So we start off. Yes, okay, we have all the refs. I was like, hope there was a ref.
Oh,
Okay, look at that. All right, so we have the Professor, Amber, and Seeker. We lay out our scene early in the morning, and not too early, but it's we're on the streets of Toontown, a pretty familiar place by now. Where are you three, and what are you up to on this fine morning?
Well, the Professor is, I think, perusing he might be outside it, he might be just inside it, perusing through a sort of a parts, sort of an auto shop, just looking around there pretty casually.
Incidentally, Amber would also probably be checking out the auto shop and just similar shops in the area, looking for any supplies she might be able to afford.
Funny how you mention an auto shop.
I will note Seeker being kind of fey, has an unfortunate allergy to iron, so
Oh, no.
Oh no!
he's probably
Wait.
walking.
You take one step inside the auto shop and you're just blasted out.
Ejected.
Luckily, it's not anything like major. He just gets rashes if he like touches it. But he's probably like walking by the auto shop, kind of just looking around, like you'd normally do when walking down a street. Uh, yeah.
Neat. And this auto shop is, it's not actually that busy since it's pretty early. This one does open surprisingly early. You have one or two of the like garage things pulled up, and the shop is open for perusal. They have one or two cars in like the garage space. You have like a regular car, and next to it looks like a clown car. That's weird, but hey, it's tuned down. Um, and so are the three of you inside now, or just the three of you are just loitering outside?
I think the Professor is inside. He wants to look at parts.
Same here.
I will say Seeker probably walked inside just for the sake of he probably saw something shiny. Uh, this man is easily distracted.
Shiny.
He can't touch anything, but he can sure look at it.
Forbidden shiny.
Forbidden shiny.
Um, but the shop is run by a real kind human who is just sitting behind the counter, reading a paper. You have, various shelves with car parts because I do not know cars very well, but you have equipment and tools. But you also see kind of a bunch of posters plastered about. Some are for auto advertisements, some of them are other ads, maybe for a couple of shows, even like a stray movie poster. But would all of you like to make a perception check?
Oh yes.
Oh boy, perception. My
Let's
best roll.
go.
Yes, that.
8.
Ah.
Not
my-
horrible.
Me looking at your wisdom weight.
Oh, hang on, I forgot about dice parser.
That's okay.
It's
wait, hang
just
on.
an I and a D and a 20. And whatever your modifier is. No spaces.
Let's see.
Holy shit!
Well,
Well,
That's a
wouldn't you
20.
know it?
it's
So-
perceptive.
Um, so with those rolls, uh, Seeker, you do see, a couple of the shiny things that caught your eye as you were walking down the street. And they look pretty nice. They're just there are some painted things as well. You've uh, got some cans of oil. You got all sorts of weird stuff here.
I think he's touched at least one of them and then immediately retracted his hand because that stings a little. Ew,
Oh,
not great.
uh, Amber, you you check out a couple of the posters. There's there's an advertisement for like an ice cream shop. You've got one for a theater. They're all nice and colorful, and very eye catching. But the professor, you do notice something that's a little different. There's one poster that is completely black and white, and as you take a closer look, you realize it is a missing persons uh, poster,
Hmm.
and it's the one in the title card.
I have not seen the title card.
Oh well, it's in the roll zone. You just
Okay.
scroll up a little.
Ah.
And yes, it seems that there's someone missing.
That's a shame.
And the shopkeeper notices you looking at the poster. Ah, it's quite a shame, huh?
Indeed.
That one there. Or they've been missing for what is it? 2 months now?
Oh God, really?
I think so. But I mean, who's to say? Somebody just came in here not too long ago to post more pictures. You know. And they point outside that they're probably not too far from here actually.
Really?
Yeah, they looked real worried and kind of tired.
Wait,
I was going
are
to
you,
help, but I've
are you
got some
saying-
stuff to do.
oh, you mean the person who put up the posters? For a second there, I thought you meant the missing person.
Oh no, if it was the missing person, well, I mean,
Yes, that-
I wouldn't be in here.
Right, exactly, of course. Um, so you just saw them?
Yeah, because
Uh,
that they go under the desk and they pull out a few more copies of the same poster. Yeah, they seem to a lot of posters for this, which is good, but they're putting them all by themselves. At least
Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, the professor is his treble senses are tingling, and he's going to say, well, thank you for letting me know, and you've got a lovely shop here. I'm afraid you don't have what I need, but that was actually to be expected. So, good day. And he's going to actually walk out and look around, see if he can find the person.
Do you take the poster?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got a bunch. Yeah, he'll
Yeah, he's
take
got a copy. And he's like, "Ah, well, that's a shame I don't have your stuff, but good day." And meanwhile, the Seeker, Amber, you see you see this. How tall is the professor? I forget.
Oh, geez.
Pretty tall, maybe.
He's pretty tall. He's like 6 foot.
Damn. All right.
6'2", 6'3".
Yes. So you see this tall man just go leave pretty quickly. What shall you do?
Would Amber have like heard some of that conversation?
Uh,
He wasn't being quiet.
well, yeah. It's a pretty small shop, so probably both of you could hear at least little bits of it. And since they had copies of the poster, you could always just kind of take a glance.
Hmm. Okay, so she probably heads over to the board too to take a look at the poster, hums and haws for a second before turning to the person at the counter. Hey, isn't there usually a reward for these kind of things?
He blinks for a moment, and he says, "Yeah, there should be." And he takes another look at the poster, but I don't think it says anything on here. That person must have forgot. That's weird.
Ooh, I sense opportunity. Seriously,
Well,
do you know how expensive tools alone are? And not to mention all the parts you need? Like, garbage is cheap, and cardboard and paper and glue and all that is cheap, but, well, you can't use that to be a real artificer, can you?
and he leans back in his chair and gives a laugh. Oh yeah, don't I know it? And he gestures to the store. And it's hard enough running this place.
Right,
But,
alright. I'll see if I can do anything with this. And she takes a poster for leaving to follow the man, assuming that he is actually going to find that person if she judged that conversation correctly.
That is his intention.
All right, so I think Seeker was definitely not eavesdropping in the slightest. What are you talking about? For the first conversation, because that was a conversation and very interesting. And then Amber goes by, and Seeker, even though he doesn't remember the name, remembers Amber from Candy Calliope. And so his interest is just like double peaked. And he's not even gonna look at the poster, I'll be honest. This man does not have a high
runs
wisdom.
after them.
Yeah. He wants to see what's going on. He's nosy like that.
And so the shopkeep's just like, goodbye, good luck.
Seeker does a dramatic bow out of the door. Probably recoils on the
Weirdness.
handle because, iron.
Oh no.
God.
So now all of you are outside.
Yes.
And
Oh god, he forgot to ask for a description. Well, he's gonna look for someone very frantic and holding a bunch of posters.
well, I would say I'll just carry your perception from the previous roll. And actually, just a bit in the distance, you do see someone holding what appears to be some posters. You can't really tell what they are from the distance that they're at, but they seem to be wildly posting posters on different areas of store shops. and storefronts. I can speak. And they're moving at a pretty quick pace for what they can.
Well, the professor would like to follow and see if he can catch up. Try to talk to them.
Well,
And-
Amber's just following this guy. He seems like he knows where he's going.
Now you have a trail.
You have
You have a trail of people. No one notices each other.
Oh.
I will say Seeker is not quiet. In fact, I have disadvantage to stealth
Oh
Oh.
my.
because of how loud I
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I think the professor's gonna jog along and well, with that perception, probably notice you guys and turn around and just be like, "Hello, like, are you going to help too?"
am. Good day, and I suppose I am.
Great.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, I mean, he's not slow. Like he's gonna try to get over there. So let's see if he can like oh, are they attuned? This person we're looking for?
As you're walking in that direction, and the three of you are kind of just moving a bit in the same direction now.
Mhm.
You kind of squint a little. They look like a tune, at least from where you are. They look a tune.
All right. He's gonna cup his hands over his mouth and just shout like, "Hello, my good tune. Would you stop for a minute?"
They do not stop, but you notice as you are approaching, they are starting to slow down.
Oh, that's something.
And they put up another poster, and they move forward a bit, and put up another poster, and then they stop,
Oh, good.
and they fall to their knees.
What? Okay.
That's
Oh my
not
god.
good.
Yeah. The professor is going to rush over and well, and just like try and I don't know, pick this person up, or well, just like, are you okay? What? Hello? Are you all right? What happened?
Are you dying? Is this a heart attack? This is what heart attacks cause, right?
Are you dying?
What?
So now the three of you have caught up to them. I will post what they look like. And so the three of you are now face to face with this very tired looking Maia. And you notice that they have this black case strapped to their back. You don't really know what's in that, but they just they look at the three of you, and they actually look a little confused for a moment. Maybe they don't quite realize how tired they are.
I've got it. You have a debilitating disease that you have medication for in this case, and you just forgot to take it. Don't you worry, I am a good Samaritan and I can get it for you.
Well, that's possible.
Wait, are you?
She's going for the case.
Oh,
What?
with you immediately. This mime kind of like shuffles back a little and actually like blocks the way to the case with their arms, and they kind of like narrow their eyes at you, like, what? Hello?
Yeah, the professor's gonna put his hand up, like, hold on, friend, hold on. That's probably a personal item. And we should give him a little bit of space here.
Giving a little.
Good.
Are you sure you're not you sure he's not dying? I mean, he did just fall on his knees on the sidewalk.
I'm not
Like, I
sure.
could be right. I probably am. Good
You could.
thing.
You could, but it looks like they don't want you to get into that case.
I'm fairly sure they're not dying, because that'd be a very unsatisfying ending to this story.
What?
And
The professor's
God, the
just
mom's just
going-
looking at all of you.
his mouth is just going to open, and he's just going to close it and nod.
Seeker is just going to nod back. Uh,
So this tune looks between the three of you and just shakes their head.
Excuse me,
And-
dear. Are you all right?
And they look directly at you and they simply nod. And they start to get up, but notice that they dropped a couple posters, so now they're trying to pick those up.
Okay.
Well, you could have said that sooner. And she leans down to help pick up a couple.
Can I don't know, roll. I mean, he just collapsed. I don't even think I need to roll for not believing this guy.
But you can, if you would like, both of you can roll an
Unless you
insight
want me
check.
to. Oh, geez. All right. That's fun. So
look, I'm not going to roll an insight because Seeker perfectly believes that this mime will be fine.
Yeah, same.
This mime will be fine.
Amber's been sick before. If this fella can get
Oh,
back
you
on
did
their
type it
feet,
right. It's
then-
okay. You just have to retype it. You forgot the 20.
oh my god. Yes, you're right. Okay, I was very worried for a second that I got in that one. Let's hope I don't.
That's
Oh,
sure not a nat
yes.
one.
All right, 18. That's very good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Um,
he does not believe that this guy is okay.
However, they are going to try deception.
Oh.
Ooh.
Mm.
Well, I wonder if this works. Ah, nope. Yeah, neither of those. So as you know, Amber's stooping to get some of the pages, and so is this mime. Yeah, you get a closer look at them. They look like they haven't slept well in days. They look exhausted. Even though they have all that, the makeup on their face, they are looking kind of worse for wear, kind of sweaty, kind of not having a good time here. Very tired.
Yeah, and the professor is honestly he's still pretty new to this tune thing, but if things are noticeable like that, like visibly on someone's design, like he knows that's significant. So he's going to try and grab this mime's hand and just like kind of duck in to sort of look at him in the eyes and just be like what can we help you with something? You
So
need to rest.
So at first, when you go to take their hand, they pull away pretty quickly. But when you ask that question, their eyes widen a little, and they snatch up one of the posters and just rapidly point at the picture on the missing poster.
Professor nods and smiles.
And they look expectantly at you, like you can just tell, like, have you seen them?
Yeah. He clocks that and he's like, I have not, but I have not seen this tune, but I am willing to help you look for them.
And when you said they hadn't, they kind of deflated a little bit. But when you said that you would help, they're like, they just kind of get this bewildered look, like, really, like you will?
I don't have much better to do. I mean, I'm just here.
So they nod and they actually lean against the wall and prop themselves back up. They seem to stand up all right.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna offer his arm for support because this guy does not look great.
they shake their head and kind of wave their hand like, no, I'm okay.
All right.
And
I
now
press
that they
X
look
to
at the
doubt.
three of you, huh?
I press X to doubt.
Thanks to doubt. They look to the three of you and um, they point to Amber and Seeker, like going back and forth, the two of you, and then point questioningly at the professor as if to say, you two, are you with them? Are you with him?
Yes, absolutely. I am with this fellow,
Sure.
I suppose I am
whose
now.
name is. His
Oh yeah.
name is
The
tall
professor.
guy.
Ah,
Yeah, this
Beautiful.
scrawny 11-year-old who smells like burning garbage doesn't inspire much confidence, I'll say.
Tall guy.
the professor makes a face at you and says, "I am the professor."
That's a nickname.
That's not a nickname. That's my name.
You really called the professor? Wow, your parents must not have liked you.
Oh, he makes another face.
This mime just looks confused.
Seeker would be pulling out popcorn if he was a tune.
Oh boy. Well, he's gonna put his hands on his hips, and he's gonna say, "Well, what are your names then?"
Amber Pyerson. And this is my sidekick, Box. And she just pulls out a cardboard box with, like, a toilet paper roll strapped to the bottom with glue.
God.
my little heart.
It's got a bunch of concerning stains on it. But otherwise, it looks like a regular box. Besides for that strange hum inside of it.
I remember that box. This is me magic out of character. I remember that box. Fond memories. Anyway. Seeker is probably doesn't actually realize you've asked for his name, like at all.
Amber
boy.
elbows him, tries to be subtle about it. Like, hey, you gotta give a name.
Oh, you may call me Sika.
Amber and Seeker and Box. Those are nice names.
Thank you, I picked it myself.
Wonderful.
This mime nods too, and actually extends a hand to each of you in succession to do a little handshake.
Oh, the professor takes it immediately, and he has a very enthusiastic handshake.
And you see the mime's arm just kind of like flop about for a moment, like, oh, very enthusiastic. Now they extend a hand to Amber.
Amber stares at it for a moment before she seems to remember that. Right, this is a thing that people have to do. Ugh. And she begrudgingly takes it, gives one shake, and lets go.
And they tilt their head for a moment and like partially extend their hand to the box and then look at Amber like, do I shake the box?
The professor's gonna lean down.
Amber puts it in their hands, and shakes it a little before putting them back down. Like, there.
Oh,
Are you happy now?
and then they go to Seeker and extend a hand.
God, I really want to do something. All right. See, I don't know if you want me to roll for this, but Seeker's gonna take the hand and then go for a head bonk.
Oh.
Not a hard head bonk, but certainly a head bonk.
Oh no.
No, you don't have to roll anything.
Yeah,
It's just funny.
yeah. This real kind just takes your hand, and then you know how like football players will like collapse their arms to like do a chest bump. Yeah, Seeker kind
Yeah.
of like pulls your hand closer and just bonks you on the head with his head, and
Bonk.
then and then pulls back and goes, "It's very nice to meet you."
And as you both separate for a moment, this mime just kind of looks a little confused, but then gives a small smile and just kind of nods, like, yeah, that was a greeting, yes. um,
What
and
shall
so
we
now
call
they
you, friend?
ah um they that they look at the papers, and then uh they take out a pen that they have behind their ear and just write down on one of the backs of the posters. They'll put it up anyway. And they display it to the three of you. And it says Maia. Spelled like this, just for context.
Very nice. Pleasure to meet you.
They nod. And then they start looking around a bit. Seems like they're looking for someplace. Maybe someplace for you guys to sit down.
That would be good. Shall we roll perception, see if we can find a bench?
Yeah. Let's go.
Yes.
Alrighty,
Perception. My best
perception.
stat.
Woo, 17.
9.
Let's see. I have.
I don't know what type of day it is, but I will remind everyone Seeker is wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, it turns out those sunglasses. I mean, it is pretty sunny out, but it's still it makes things harder to see, I would think. But with the 17 and 21, it looks like both Amber and the professor kind of spot this little cafe across the street. It looks relatively empty and has some seating inside, especially since it's a little warm out.
No, that should do. The professor's just going to start walking over there. Like, come along.
And and Maya finishes picking up stuff, kind of settling things, and then follows. Because clearly, they know where they're going. Would they found a spot? Possibly.
Well, I mean, he's just gonna like swan in there and I don't know, just say hello to the whoever's at the desk. Uh, what do you even call that? The bar, whatever. And just sort of like, we're going to borrow one of your seats for a minute, and just and just pick a seat and seat himself. Right.
Well, there's a little, it does look like there's a little desk, but there's actually nobody there.
Oh.
And the place seems rather empty, but it is open, so.
Oh, well. Nobody else seems to be using this place, so.
Seeker just takes a chair.
Wait, just
Literally, or?
No, he just sits in one. He's not actually taking a chair. Where would he keep it? What use would he have for a chair?
I don't know, you could hit people with it.
He'd have to
You could
lug
sell it.
around a chair. Do you know how hard chairs are to carry?
Give him the chair!
He's
I mean, there
5'2".
are shops around, you could sell it.
Why would he sell a chair?
Man, that looks
For
just
money,
like the chair from the
duh.
cafe.
It certainly isn't.
Oh my god.
But Professor, it looks like you have slipped into a booth. They have like a couple booth seats and like a couple of chairs and tables, so you kind of just slide into a booth. But
Wonderful.
meanwhile, Seeker, it kind of looks like you went to sit at like the little bar-like area, and then it's like, oh wait.
I'm going to take the chair with me to go sit over with everyone else.
Okay.
mind, probably.
Probably.
But
Amber slides into the booth across from the professor and just starts picking at the covering and eating it when she thinks no one's looking.
What?
Wait, roll sleight of hand.
Like, oh, okay. That's a not one.
Oh,
So you
no.
think no one's looking, but everyone notices. Everyone knows.
She's just
Oh, no.
unabashedly eating the chair. It's burnable, okay? And the stuffing tastes good.
Oh. Boy, the professor is going to just sort of wave his hand over what you're doing and be like, this is somebody else's property. We might want to ask before we do something like that.
If I ask, they won't let me, though.
Well, hmm. He's going to just lean back and just sort of look away.
Uh,
God.
so wait, let's go over the seating arrangement. So Seeker's just sitting in a chair, like kind of on the outside of the booth, I guess,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's usually against a wall or something.
It's on the outside of the booth when you like walk in. Uh, you know how like you and your friends like whenever you went to like a restaurant and there were like too many of you, and so you just take chairs from other tables, kind of like
Yes,
that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now,
There's very obviously space for him, but he's sitting in this chair.
so I just want to make sure I've got everything. Maya kind of just looks at the three of you and then just kind of looks between the two empty spots. There's one next to the professor and one next to Amber, and they are kind of unsure where to sit.
The professor will gesture towards the spot next to him with a
It's
friendly smile.
probably better they sit there anyways. Amber does again smell a lot like burning garbage.
Oh.
So Maya takes a seat and actually removes the case from their back, placing it onto the table, as well as the posters. And it looks like for once they are able to take a breather, just for a moment.
The professor would like to take something from his pocket. He's going to take a small sort of white waxy paper bag and put it on the table. And would you like a gummy bear?
They just kind of blink for a moment, and they just kind of. It looks like they're gonna shake their head no, but then it kind of turns to yeah, okay.
It's just candy.
What is a gummy bear?
Oh, they're quite good. He's going to take one and put it in his mouth and eat it.
And Maya kind of just looks at it, and then also eats one, and just kind of looks at Secret, gives a thumbs up. Like that's good.
Seeker gives like a nod of like I see.
Amber takes one, but it looks like she's eyeing the bag more.
Oh my god. Does the professor notice this?
Let's see. How subtle is she? How subtle is she being about this? Oh! Probably very subtle.
Oh, well, all right. He doesn't notice then.
But luckily, you won't have to be too curious about it. Maya actually begins to undo the case to open it up. And they open it and take out a strange looking device and sets it on the table, kind of just putting the bag to the side, places it on there. gets a cord and then goes under the booth and under the table and trying to look for an outlet. And there is one, by the way.
That's good.
It just plugs it in and gets back up into their seat.
Can I poke the device?
Yes, you can.
Do I have to roll something for that?
You do not.
Seeker kind of like pokes the. Is it made of iron or any?
No, it is not.
Is it made of steel?
No.
Okay. He pokes the side of the box.
And you feel hard plastic. And you notice there are buttons on it and a weird spot to place things. I wonder if you guys could figure out what it is. Do you all want to roll investigation?
I do want to roll
Sure, why not?
investigation.
I would love to roll investigation.
That's too many.
That's the wrong channel, and that's a nat 1.
I got an 11.
Oh,
21.
I didn't. Okay. Oh, okay. So, Amber, probably because you are across from them, it's kind of hard to tell what it is. It's kind of boxy looking, and it's not something you'd immediately recognize, especially from the angle that you're at. Seeker, you do notice the buttons have like numbers on them for some reason. And
Seeker is still
what
wearing
is that
sunglasses.
what
Seeker's-
is that? It's in a kind of holding thing. You're not quite sure. Professor, this is a fax machine.
Oh. He knows about those.
This is a fax machine.
Portable fax machine. Very nice.
And Maia looks at the professor and just nods like, yeah, it's just kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They make sure that it is powered on and that the lights on the buttons, they're lit up, but nothing really harsh. And it's just kind of sitting there. They kind of push it a little to the left to try to keep it in the middle of everything, but then they get the posters out, kind of spread them out a little, and they point at the child's picture and looks at the three of you.
Yep, that's a kid.
But then they point to the name that's on the poster, and it says Bevin Brush.
A name. Seeker's only weakness. Okay.
They kind of blink for a moment. Then they realize that this isn't working. So hold on. So kind of from a space behind them, they whip out some cue cards, and somehow it looks like they already are like written on. It's kind of like those cue cards for when you're telling the audience to do something. But it has it on there. And it says, well, the first one says, I'm looking for this child. Their name is Bevin. And they go to the next card. They've been missing for almost 2 months, and we're very worried about them. They pull another card. They were supposedly last spotted here in Toontown, which is why we're here.
Sweet.
And they look at you for a moment, and then they flip another card, and it says, the troop.
Can I roll to see if I've heard about the troop?
Yeah, you can, I
Can
guess, roll history or something.
I would love to roll history. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's right.
17.
It's like, I would, right. Um, and so it seems you have heard of this troop, even though it's kind of vague, because they just say a troop. But the more that you look at this mime, the more you're thinking, hey, I know a troop that did have a mime with them. And you remember that they're a musical troupe. They travel around different parts of Einquell and put on plays and musicals.
Oh, you mean that musical troupe, right?
And they look immediately at you and they nod quickly.
Ah, yes, I see.
Oh, musical troupe.
And they flip over another cue card. Bevin has been traveling with us for years now. They're part of the family.
Hmm.
They let out a sigh and just, man, they look real worn out.
Mm-hmm. Can the professor roll insight? He wants to sort of figure out at the sort of mention of family. He's thinking of some things, and he's thinking of did this person potentially run away because they wanted to get away from this supposed family, and they don't want to be found. So like, I don't know what that's his thought process. Can he
It's
tell
very
whether
valid.
can he tell whether this person is being like genuine and like I don't know, whatever in their like, we're worried, we want to find them sort of deal.
Well, I can tell you this without insight, since you're right next to them. Um, unless you want to roll for it, you can. You can do it with advantage, in fact.
Oh, cool. Let's see, inside. How to do that? Just put a 2 in front of the D?
I think, or you could just
I can
enter
just
it
do it.
twice.
Yeah, I can
Oh.
just do it twice.
So that's like a 10. Yes, you could do it again. Yeah.
Oh,
And that's an 11, I guess.
not much better. All right.
Um, but kind of the way that they're staring at the Bevin's photo in the poster with this kind of worried and sad look, you're kind of thinking, well, at least this person kind of misses them, and it looks like they at least care for them.
All right. He's okay. All right. Hmm. Uh, I'm good for a second. Do Amber and Seeker have any comments they want to make on this?
Surprisingly, Professor was just going down the exact same thought process as Amber, except she just doesn't bother to see if this mime is being genuine. You sure they didn't just, I don't know, run away? I hear that traveling circuses aren't a good place for kids. I think.
Okay,
I don't know, kids run away sometimes.
why don't you roll insight?
Yeah, okay.
I will say Seeker is just waiting for this to see how this plot turns out. And that will be all.
That's...
Okay.
Oh, wait, was it with advantage?
Honestly, either way, it's fine because just the way they said that they run away, Maia just, at first you see this kind of fury look over their face, like, how dare you say something like that? But then it switches to this this solemn look like, did they really? They run away? They wouldn't, right? And then they just kind of look into their lap like they're not really sure how to answer.
Hey, no shame or anything. Like, some tunes just want to be independent, you know? I mean, look at me. I'm fine.
They look back up at you and they kind of have an inquisitive look. They're looking at you like trying to gauge how old you are.
The professor is
are you,
also trying to figure this out.
are you also child?
I mean, she's certainly small, but I don't know. It's probably a little hard to tell how old a tune is when their head is made of flame.
Mm.
Actually, by tune standards, they're not that small. They're like 4 or 6,
Sure.
I think.
He's small. They're not very small, but they're small. But then they kind of just warily look over at Seeker like they almost have this look like, do you have anything to say about this? Like, are you still gonna help? Like
God, Seeker.
No.
He does not have a good wisdom. He's not reading the room. It's just
Oh, I feel that.
God. I think he's just kind of staring at Amber, and Seeker just goes, I believe the last time we met, you got into a cab because of your box friend? Looking at
Last
Amber.
time we met. Oh, wait a second. I remember where I saw you. You're that nerd that always wore sunglasses inside for some reason.
Seeker gives the, like the shrug hands. He's still wearing glasses inside.
Yeah, Candy Calliope, or however you pronounce that.
Maya's just looking between the two of you like, you know each other? Where? They just give a sigh like, oh, never mind.
I believe you walked into a palace full of armed guards?
Professor
Well, yeah, we had a job, didn't we? Of course I was gonna walk in. What? Like I was gonna not do it?
During the middle of a hostel. I like you. You're great.
I know, I'm incredible.
All right. The professor is gonna just like, okay, he gave them their chance. Like, let's get back to the matter at hand. Um, he says, well, like whatever the case, it may be it may be a good idea to find them to at least make sure they're all right.
And Maya slowly nods. They actually take some of the posters that they have and start dividing them into 3 separate piles, and kind of pushes each pile towards each of you,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of looks at the 3 of you like, do you think maybe you could put these up?
Oh yeah, the professor's all for it. He's gonna grab his stack.
Yeah, okay. Amber grabs hers, but I don't know. Maybe do a little insight check real quick.
Oh, insight. Whoops. Let
That
me
might be necessary.
lay out. Wait, am I doing that?
Mhm.
So that is a 7.
Oh no.
okay.
Just
There's nothing for you.
relax.
Don't you worry about it. Actually, is
No.
she's not. She doesn't have a very good charisma, does she? Never mind. You don't need to worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
Maya just nods, like, good, good. Both of you are taking the stuff, and then they look at Seeker.
Seeker has taken his stack of papers and sort of, like, just flips to look at each one individually. Uh, and, like, then kind of, shuffles it back into a neat little pile and, picks it up.
And actually, as you look at each of them, you notice that they are all the same. They mention this tune's name, age, which is 6, by the way, uh,
6.
height, weight, and a couple identifiers, too.
Hmm.
It includes a phone number, but also a fax number.
Yeah.
So, Maya
Fax.
looks
Is
at the
that just a fancy way of saying fax? What do you need this number for?
No, that's the number that goes to this machine that Maya has here.
Maya nods, like, good, I don't have to explain.
Amber nods, but I think you can tell that she's not entirely sure what that means.
Well,
But,
I think. Oh, wow! Did something happen?
Someone was reconnecting for the voice call.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, but for a second I was like, did I lose one of you? Wait.
That's what I thought. The professor is going to look closer at the poster again, and uh, he's gonna frown a little bit and say, where's Philstown?
Oh, and uh, Maya's gonna go into their image dish, and they actually uh, they reach under their beret and pull out a map of Anglo. They unroll
Yeah.
it and they point to where it clearly says Toontown, and then literally across the across Anglo, there's Billstown in the opposite corner. Well, like in the bigger portion, like you guys know what the map looks like, right? I
Yeah.
hope.
Oh yeah.
So one is here and
Billstown.
one is in UPA.
Oh boy. Uh, the professor is just like, uh-huh. He's like, darn it, like, I could with my ship, but like it's not really running right now. Um,
And Maya takes out another cue card, and it says, "We lost them in Billstown, but we have a lead that says they're here."
oh, he jumps on that immediately. What kind of lead?
And oh, and Maya's gonna go in outer space again. Boy, I'm surprised I haven't fumbled yet. They take out a newspaper and they flip to an article, and it says something about some kind of heist somewhere in a museum. But they point closer at a name, and it does mention one or two people that had busted some kind of heist. And lo and behold, Bevin's name is in there.
Who busted the heist? Like Thor did it.
And Maya shrugs like, I mean, they're not sure if it's a typo, but it does have their name in it. So,
Mm-hmm.
Well, they must be doing pretty well for themselves if they're busting heists.
and Maya does give a bit of a smile, like, yeah, I'm proud of them. Uh,
The professor would like to look over the newspaper and see, do you know who wrote this? Who's the publisher? If they have any more information, we might be able to get in contact with them.
um, so the paper is actually pretty old. Uh, it seems from like, I don't know how far back, not very far back, but yeah, you're trying to read your. Oh, you know what? Trying to figure out who wrote this. Who wrote this? Where's my editor? Um, but the text is kind of small. It's kind of tough to read. Um, you never knew a newspaper could be so disorganized and yet kind of organized. Uh,
Well, tunes.
Dunes. Uh, but you do notice that this museum wasn't too far off from Toontown. It was near the Uncanny Valley, so
Oh.
which wasn't too far. So it seems like they could very well be in the area.
Hmm.
I think the paper must have been about maybe from a month ago or so,
Right.
give or take.
Yeah. Hmm. What are the name Bevin? Uh what what are what are their interests? Where what kind of places would they gravitate to? Are they like would they frequent any specific sort of place? I don't know, a park, a type of store or something.
Maya thinks for a moment and then pulls out some more cue cards. And they set one down and said, uh, they always liked parks, but we do work in theaters often, so they might seek one out.
Oh,
And then they pull another card. But they are rather curious, so it's tough to tell where they would wander off to.
yes, could be anywhere. Hmm. If you don't mind, I'm actually out of character. I'm gonna 1 second step away to let my cat out.
Cat,
I will
let
note
the cat out.
it's been an hour, so if we do
Yeah,
want to,
actually, this might be a good opportunity for us. You know, if you need a snack, a drink,
yeah, a little break.
a cat.
Yeah, sure, I could do something to eat.
Yeah. All right, so why don't we do like a maybe? Do you think 5 or 10 minutes?
5 minutes sounds good.
That is
Okay.
good.
All right.
All right. We will pick up in 5 minutes.
All right, 6:30. Nice.
Ah, shoot, I knocked over my water. But I'm gonna go stand up and go stretch real fast. I'll be back. Ha. Hello, I'm back. Hello, audience. How's it all going? How's it all going? God, I'm just Seeker's just looking at these papers. It's just yeah. Look, Seeker's just vibing here. Seeker's just vibing here. It Seeker's just vibing. Oh yeah. You saw his wisdom. I put it in chat earlier. You saw his wisdom. His intelligence, pretty good. It's his wisdom, not very much. God, he is doing his best. Actually, that's a lie. No, he's not. Uh, God. What alignment do I have? Oh yeah. Actually, I need to change that. I keep forgetting I need to change the alignment, but because that doesn't actually fit.
Me sweating. Wait, their alignment.
I keep forgetting
Damn
alignment
it.
is a thing. It's more on the neutral side rather than the yeah. Anyway.
Me who hasn't been looking at the chat yet. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Alignment.
Hello.
Water has been got.
Yeah. Actually, I should sip some more.
Hydrate or dihydrate. I have to mute unless you want to hear my water bottle noises. Because it's metal, so it makes lots of noise.
Yeah, that's fine.
Metal. Is it iron or steel?
Stainless steel, in fact.
Oh boy.
Oh.
God. Yeah.
I'm glad this worked out and that I was on when this started. I was actually earlier today I was practicing my professor voice. No joke.
Oh, how convenient.
God, I looked at like what character the professor is based off of because they were saying it in chat, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a lad. That's a lad right there.
Oh
A good
yes.
lad.
That is a certified lad.
Yeah.
Cause I don't watch that show. So
Yeah, no, fair. And he's one of the older ones too. He's not current at all.
yeah.
You have to like look for that stuff if you want to watch it.
God.
Me trying to backlog some of this. Wait, no, I shouldn't. Some already. Wait, what?
Oh boy.
Yeah, chat says haven't found a good place to watch classic Who and yes. Oh, the 6 years ago, about 6 years ago, they all used to be online. But then when the 50th anniversary, 50th? Yes, anniversary rolled around, then they took everything off, and they did such a good job of it, such a thorough job, like scrubbed everything clean. There's just nothing anymore. It's a shame. Oh yeah, I am with you, Chad. I got lucky. I was able to watch a lot before it got taken down.
So, do you think we are ready to reconvene? Yes.
Yep,
Yeah, I'm good.
good to go.
I'm ready.
Great. Neato. So where were we? Ah, yes, posters. So, uh, so after giving you each of the poster piles, Maya takes a pile of their own and uh, gets up and kind of gestures to back outside, like, all right, let's go put up these posters.
Ooh. The professor kind of just sort of, uh, he's like, nah, like he's gonna stand up and be like, you should rest a bit. I understand you want to find this person, but I think you should take a small break. Um, just give yourself a 20-minute nap and and then you can continue. But you really are running yourself ragged, and you're no no use to Bevin if you're stumbling about and and he's like, just take care of yourself.
And
Yeah, don't you worry. You can trust us to put up these posters.
You've got 3 more people now. Trade out 1 person, trade in 3. And then you can come back. Make it 4.
and Maya does looks hesitant to nod, but does kind of nod in agreement, like, yeah, I guess I should stay. Guess I should rest and let you guys handle it. But they go and take out another cue card. Maybe it is good if I stay. And they flip another card. I'll be waiting by the fax machine in here. They flip it again. That way we can hear in case the detective says anything.
Absolutely. And you'll have to tell me who that detective is, because we might be able to follow that up.
Maya blinks for a moment. They flip another cue card. I'm not sure if the detective is going to be much help.
Ah,
Seeker
I
gives like a
see.
very understanding nod. Noting that they're here, this is not the type of story where the detective solves everything.
Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Um, seems like a good idea.
Maya nods and slides back into the booth seat to sit kind of dejectedly next to the fax machine.
He's going to leave the small bag of gummy bears with Maya. just sort of pat the table, like, you go ahead and have as many as you want.
Oh. Maya looks at you and just kind of nods. It gives a little smile, like, well, that's nice.
All right, Professor's gonna stand up and start to move out. He's gonna see if the rest of you will follow. He
Yep,
assumes you are.
Yeah.
I'm just following behind.
All right. Um,
And so the three of you exit the cafe, leaving Maya to watch the fax machine, in case they receive anything. Uh, After all, they have put up some posters already. But Toontown is rather big, and there's always use for more posters. So when you get out of the cafe, this is kind of at like an intersection. So you could go forward, you could go back where you went before, you could go straight ahead, or you could go pretty much anywhere.
all right. Professor's gonna put his hands on his hips, turn around swiftly to face to face Amber and say, I don't know this town very well. In fact, I've only really been around it once, and barely. So, where do you think we should start?
Well, that mime person said that this Bevin kid likes to be around theaters or something, right? Oh, let's try that district first. As
Alright,
she's saying this, she crumples up a poster and eats it.
okay.
Oh, hun.
I was hoping you would.
Wait, do they eat it by just sticking it in the flame? Or do they have like a mouth? Wait.
They have a mouth.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, between it, actually. Like from when they were eating the chair.
Oh yes, right. Oh yeah, now I see. Yeah. All right. He's just gonna sort of give them a look at that. Like, come on, you really supposed to be doing that. And then be like, well, where's the theater district? Actually, it's very nice that you have an entire theater district. That's quite nice. And he's just going to like look around and hope that one of you points him in the right direction.
God, should we roll a survival? Wick. Wick, do we
Me
have to?
cackling evilly.
Wick.
I wonder if you should.
Wick, my survival is not great.
If we do, I think the professor would get disadvantage because he's literally not been here like on this planet for very long, much less this town.
Yes, all of you roll survival.
Wonderful.
Right.
Oh, hey, I got an 18.
Would Amber's city secrets ability like help in any way? Let me just say that.
Oh, that's the equal sign, not a plus.
Oh, you're right.
Would that thing help from her background?
Me. Interesting. Huh. I guess it could.
Right.
That's an
Oh, damn.
I guess I didn't need it.
All right. Wow. So, are you all going as a group, or are you all going in different directions now?
I mean, at this point, the professor is going to follow one or both of them. That's it. And he got a 5, so with disadvantage. So, yeah, he's just gonna follow.
You'll probably want to follow Amber because I will note Seeker does split off from the group multiple times to hand out posters. And not even not put them up, just kind of hand them out, and it's just like, oh, if you've seen this person, can you please just call this number? We're looking very hard for Bevin, and it's just
Okay, so
Yeah, I guess
actually,
Amber's leading.
you guys can keep walking. Seeker has a 45 move speed, so it'll be fine.
So you can kind of catch up every once in a while.
Yeah. And also you got an 18 on survival, so I think I'm good. But, yeah, Seeker just kind of hands out posters to anyone who looks sympathetic in his eyes, who would probably take this poster and actually consider it for more than 3 seconds.
And actually, as time has passed, more people are starting to kind of mill about on the streets, on the sidewalks, And Professor, there's just there are so many people and colors, and things are very hard to keep track of. But luckily, you're
absolutely.
able to follow your companions.
Oh, good.
And and Seeker, you start passing out a couple of posters, and as you do so, you uh, you kind of just start worming your way through a couple of crowds. You seem to have a good hang of it. You mind
Yeah.
making a deck save?
Making a dex save. I get it. Wait, is this a bodily based dex? I get
Uh,
advantage on those because of my shoes. My
um,
very loud shoes.
uh, mm, maybe.
Well,
Let's just see what
not.
you roll first.
This is
It's
me like moving through a crowd, right? And not to
it's
get
not.
trampled.
No.
Oh,
Yes, but
that's a
you're
23.
okay
That's a 23.
because you're kind of moving a little quick in order to avoid one or two people. But luckily, you are able to stop on a dime as a rather large individual is kind of blocking your way. Um, and luckily, you did not bump into them because this one is a porcupine.
Aw. I think I think Seeker does like God, this porcupine is so adorable. I want to talk to it. God.
I mean, you can. Their back is to you. They actually haven't noticed you yet.
Uh yeah. I think I'm just going to walk up to the front of this good porcupine and go, "Oh, hello. I was wondering if have you seen this child?" And Seeker like holds out a poster for them to take.
Oh. And they look at you for a moment and adjust their spectacles. Oh dear. Uh, and they take a hold of this poster. Oh, that's very sad. I I don't know if I've seen them.
Well,
The
if you do see something, could you please just either call the number or file the fax?
You're handing out posters?
Why, yes, I seem to have ran out of glue.
Ah, well, uh, and they look from side to side, and then they look at you. Well, I do work for the post office. Do you have many more to spare? I could deliver them while I'm on my route.
How many posters would you say Seeker has left?
I don't know, like, uh, they
How
just
many?
gave you an indeterminate stack, so.
Whatever is that indeterminate stack, I'm going to give this porcupine like half of that stack. If this is a stack by Toon Logic, it literally just kind of splits in half.
Yes.
And hands it over and goes, "Oh, thank you so much. Uh,
Oh, it's no problem at all. I love to uphold my job as a member of the noble post. And they look rather pleased as punch. But as you look at them a little more, you notice that they have a couple envelopes stuck on their quills.
Oh.
I will note you have something in your and he kind of like motions to like the, you know, quill area.
What? What? Oh no. Oh no, is someone trapped in there again?
Uh,
This always happens. I can never quite see, and they're trying to look around like, what do I have there?
would you mind if I got it for you?
Oh, oh, only if you could.
Uh, yeah, Seeker will take the letters out.
And you notice a couple of them are for Toontown. They do kind of seem like they're close by. They might have missed it if you hadn't got them.
Yeah. Seeker hands over the letters. He's not one to steal mail. What would he use with mail?
What would you do? Commit fraud? But they gratefully accept mail. Oh, those always get caught in there. I mean to get a new bag. And they adjust you to their side bag, which is rather close to their quills. So sometimes it does get a bit stuck. But thank
I
you very much.
You are very welcome, and you are really doing me a huge favor with this.
They nod and smile. They kind of put their hands on their hips. I'll have those delivered if my name isn't Polly the porcupine. And
Oh.
they they cheerfully put away the posters in their bag. You do see one or two spill out, but
Aw.
most of them got in there.
Ah,
And they kind of shuffle away through the crowd.
Seeker does a bow to the porcupine before, kind of trotting back over to the group. Uh,
Aw.
he just did a thing. That was great.
And so, um, but while you two were walking about, um, Amber, do you mind making a perception check, but with advantage?
Okay. With advantage. Wow.
Okay. As you are walking down, you do notice something small, well, a little shorter than you, something small, something pink, dart into an alley
Hmm.
just up ahead.
You know
And
what? It's been a pretty slow day. She'll just go to the alley, peek, and see what that's about.
and
Professor following.
you turn the corner and you peer into the alley, and there's nothing really of note except, wait, it looks like there's a hole in that chain link fence. Huh.
Oh, secret passages to the city. I've been meaning to find more. And she goes over to see if it is indeed another secret passage.
And this hole is, it's kind of small though, so you might have to kind of wriggle your way through or climb over it. There is a way to climb over.
All right, hold these, tall guy. I'm gonna see what's on the other side.
Sure.
And she passes over the stack of paper, noticeably a little smaller than his,
Yeah.
and tries to wiggle through.
And you are a little careful as to not get stuck on it, but it seems pretty well worn, so there aren't any real sharp points. You get across, and you do spot a figure. Again, a bit of pink as they turn another corner.
Hmm. Yeah, okay, why not? And she follows.
And
Are you just gonna keep going?
Oh, you can climb over, can't you?
Yes. Yeah, he'll do that.
Well, there you are. And she keeps on going.
um,
Is how tall is the fence?
the tents. Yes, past tense. The fence is pretty. It's not too tall. It's actually shorter than you, Professor. It's about
Oh.
like it's about 5 feet though, so
Oh
you're still gonna have to
no.
like climb over it a little. But
Oh yeah, no, that's no problem. I don't even think he needs to roll for that. Yeah, he'll just
what is your?
you what? You want me to?
No, I was about to say. I imagine you roll and then it's just
Yeah, no,
no.
I think he's just gonna brace against the wall and just sort of hop over it.
I respect it. Okay.
And follow Amber.
Oh god, I want to try to jump the fence.
You can jump the fence.
Do it.
I'm not gonna stop you.
Do I have to roll for
If you
it?
fail, Amber's gonna laugh at you.
That is the main question. Do I have to roll for it?
Dramatic though, because you're gonna be cool.
Roll in acrobatics. Okay. Uh, I will note. Um, there's something on my sheet called mirthful leaps.
I know.
Alright. Let me go roll my acrobatics then.
Me, I know. Except I hadn't really read it much. I gotta read more. I read some. Wait, now I can read it. Ah, okay.
It's just an
You
extra
can-
foot that he jumps over it.
Nice.
He's only 5'2".
Makes a beautiful leap, though.
Yeah. Uh, did the professor go over the fence?
Yeah, he
It's
he
nice
he
and
went over.
graceful.
Seeker lands with like a point landing and does a bow at the end.
Oh, the professor's going to stop and just clap.
Same.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, you better hurry, though.
Okay, we're following a person. Alright, this way.
And you
We
guys
going.
keep going.
Yep.
Seems to be another alleyway, but there's only one way to turn, so you guys keep going and going. And this does seem kind of like a back way to go places. Across alleyways and whatnot. And but every so often you would still see this figure wearing pink as they dart across back and forth. You do notice though that the buildings around you start to look a little bit older, and that you find some stray ribbon and some posters. Maybe there's more theater here,
Hmm.
so maybe you're going in the right direction.
Man, this person knows their stuff. I haven't seen these passageways before.
The passageways, though, are starting to get smaller and smaller.
Oh,
Should we call out for them? Are we trying to be sneaky here, or should we just ask if they'll stop? Because I'm not sure how much further I'll be able to fit.
I'm not sure it would be the best question to ask if I wanted to do stealth, and Seeker does like a little tap dance, which is very loud.
Yes, it's a good point. Well, let's just call out to them then. He's gonna cup his hands around his mouth again and say, hello, pink friend. Would you stop for a second? We'd like to speak with you.
And you don't really hear any response, but you see like a little pink sleeve kind of poke out of one of the sides as like a, oh, hi,
That's promising. Shall we? Will he fit to go to that place specifically?
Uh, yes, but this one is a bit tight, so you're hoping that there aren't any more.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, he's willing to wriggle in there, do whatever he's gotta.
And
All right.
the three of you kind of sandwich your way into this place. Until you realize, though, that you are now inside a theater. This is weird.
Oh,
It's empty. It's rather abandoned.
theater back door. Very nice.
And it was like a little trap door, too. It was kind of tough to get in, but once you have.
Professor sees
Place-
nothing suspicious about this.
Well, I think this place is rather nice, and Seeker is just going to go ahead and walk more in, not looking around at all. Well, looking
the place is
around, but not
cool.
actively observing.
The place looks like it needs a good dusting, but there are some seats, there are some curtains. You see a couple edges have been nibbled by perhaps moths, perhaps other stuff. You don't really know.
Rats.
Perhaps, but you start looking around more. You don't really see anybody else right now.
Should we roll perception?
Uh,
Or, I mean, if you want.
I'll let you roll either perception or investigation. I'll give you the choice.
Nice. Investigation. 21.
Oh,
So
Oh.
nice.
that was a nat 20.
Oh, it's
Oh. Professor got a 10.
so with each of these rolls, Professor, you are distracted by something else. You notice that this theater, although abandoned, it looks rather nice. It's got some wood carvings along its the pillars along the wall, and some paintings that are faded with time. Wow, this place just has an air of mystery.
Oh, he does appreciate that. Yeah, he's just, lovely art.
And you got yourself lost in it. So. But as
Oh,
for
wow.
the other two, as you're walking down, I'm assuming you're walking down kind of like a center aisle and you're getting close to like the stage portion.
Oh yeah, Seeker is sauntering, just casually.
Hunter. um, Amber, notice there's a little flicker of pink starting behind uh, the curtains on the left.
Over there. And Amber points before running over there herself.
But if you go to follow Seeker, you see a flicker of pink on the right side.
Seeker stops. Looks at Amber, looks back at the right side, and just casually goes right instead.
Casually.
Casually. You know, with his shoes that make noise, and a lot of it. He just kind of peeks behind the curtain, goes, hello?
and
I promise I don't bite.
And the figure kind of looks at you for a moment.
Uh-huh.
And, even though it is rather dim in here,
And I'm still
you notice
wearing
though,
sunglasses.
yeah, but even with the glasses, but even it's kind of dim, you realize something that this isn't a tune. This one's a real kind, and they take one look at you and go, hi.
Hello there.
Who are you?
You may call me Sika.
Are you here to play? I was playing with someone earlier, but I don't know where they went. And they look kind of forlorn for a moment.
Are you here all by yourself?
Oh no, I have my friend Snap with me. And she gestures to the right side of her. You do not see anything there.
Seeker kind of like raises his eyebrow, nods along. Well, tell them I said hello.
Well, they can hear you, can't you? And she gives a smile in that direction. But again, there seems to be nothing there.
Oh boy. Seeker kind of like crouched down to be more eye level with this child. He does kind of like stand up and do a bow in that direction. Doesn't know what's there. It's fine though.
And she just kind of giggles a little. You're funny. And you look kind of fluffy too. Can I
touch your hair?
Sure.
And
Seeker
she
will.
puts out a little hand and just kind of pats.
It is very poofy hair.
Goofy.
If you're patting the hair, you'll probably also kind of hit the horn a little bit, because there is a horn buried underneath all that fluff.
Oh. What was that?
Seeker kind of like knocks on his horns. It's just my horns, dear.
And she gives a little nod.
This place isn't open, is it? I wonder when the show is.
She looks kind of sad, like, oh, I was hoping this place would have some show or something.
Oh boy. Oh, Seeker, my boy. Oh, jeez. You left him alone with a child. All right, this is fine.
Child.
Well, depending on your definition of show, there could be some entertainment here.
But I've kind of been on a treasure hunt.
Oh?
She looks a little happy.
Were you on a treasure hunt with that friend that you lost?
Really no. I just found this.
And she points a little bit towards backstage.
Oh?
And it looks like she wants you to follow.
I have a very low wisdom score. Seeker will give a very cheery nod and go. Well, let's go see what you found then.
And she looks for a moment and then takes your hand and goes,
This way.
and you guys kind of walk over to a little spot in backstage. A bit of a worn out spot. There's like a couple of boxes, and it's kind of like a hidey hole, as if someone had been staying here. And there seems to be odds and ends. There's like a little bit of maybe dry food, a couple of knickknacks, and but you wonder who could be staying in this theater.
Seeker kind of looks over this area, sort of appraisingly, and goes, "Have you seen anyone else here by chance?
And
Other than you
she
and
shakes her
your
head.
no?
No, but I found this.
And she takes out a piece of paper.
It was with the other stuff. I think it was neat.
She unfolds it, and it looks like a child's drawing.
Uh-huh.
She hands it over to you, and you notice that this child in the drawing looks a lot like Bev.
Okay.
Do you think they're the ones that are staying here?
Is there anything else in this drawing?
There seems to also be like a purplish, like boxy thing that they're holding. You're not really sure what that is. There are two other figures in the drawing. There is, looks like an older man with like a beard. And the other one, very familiar. Wait, is that a mime?
This is me, Magic, laughing. Seeker kind of like perks up and just goes, "My, well, it quite could be. In fact, here's a little thing just for you." And Seeker kind of takes out one of the posters, does a dramatic flourish, and puts the two pictures kind of next to each other, and goes, "Do you see something similar here?" And while he's like holding it, he has like two fingers pointed at both Bevin that's been drawn and the Bevin in the poster.
She looks between the two.
I did it! I found the person!
Good job! Seeker holds his hand out for a high five.
Gonna give she looks at it for a moment and then realizes what she's supposed to do.
I want to tell my friend. Are you?
And as she calls, we switch over to you, Amber, who you had also been following a pink something. You're now kind of rooting around backstage, like, where, hello? And around you are like a couple of crates, some dusty clothes, and as you're walking past one of them, something pops out of the crate. And
And she lobs a firebolt.
what? Wait, what?
Yeah. She
This is who
jumps,
pops out.
yells, and lobs a firebolt.
Okay, you get a roll.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait, do I have to roll something? How does this? Oh, you.
Ah.
So I guess you hit them. Hold on a sec. Oh, I gotta scroll down. Oh, Jesus. I didn't think you could.
Yeah.
Okay, so that definitely hits. You wanna roll damage.
Yeah, okay. Uh, that's 2d10.
A 2d10? Oh no.
She is level 5.
I'm scared.
12.
Oh, that's a 12. Okay. Nice. So this has popped out of the crate near you, and you just lob this firebolt at them, and you knock them out of the crate and onto the floor. And they look a little singed, and they actually aren't looking too well. They stare back at you with an unblinking gaze, and you can't really gauge their reaction that much, but they're just staring at you.
Has a rusty pipe out and pointed at them, like, if you move, I won't hesitate.
They
just
continue to
staring them
stare at
down.
you.
Oh boy, it's just a bit of a staring contest right now.
And when you say that, they actually nod a little bit. Engage in the staring contest?
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Me chokes on myself. Okay. So what I want you to do though is I need you to roll a con save.
Con save. All right.
So will they.
That's a 23.
Oh, they got a nat 22, but
Oh, that's a
you
nat
both
20.
stare for a very long time. It's kind of weird. You're not sure what they are, who they are, and they haven't said anything. But as you both stare, there has been some dust that has kicked up from the previous firebolts. and their eyes are starting to water just a little, and then blink, and they frown.
Also, who
They
are
just-
you? Why are you trying to attack me? Wait, who are you?
They kind of just look at you now. They actually now look a little grumpy, but they rustle in their pocket a little bit, and they pull out a crumpled piece of paper and offer it up to you.
Is this an apology snack or something? And she takes it.
They actually shake their head, and then they shrug, but they make a motion with their little hands, like maybe you should unravel it.
Alright, time to see what it is then.
And as you do so, it is another drawing. It's a child's drawing, and it seems to have the kid you're looking for, Bev.
I've seen better. Also, where'd you get this?
And they make a motion up to their mouth like a zip, like, I'm not telling.
Wow, okay. Rude.
And as you say this, you hear from the other side of the stage, "Hey, you!" And this being kind of perks up a little and attempts to scurry away to the other side of the stage.
And just, she follows, like, hey, where are you going?
And so now you have this little one and Amber, and then you actually have this other little one running out onto the stage. Now you're all running out onto the stage. And now you're all in the middle. And Professor, you finally see everyone.
Oh,
And
good.
you're like, wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute.
He just got really caught up in it. He likes artsy stuff.
I'm sorry, did I get back? I was like, wait.
No, it's fantastic. I love it.
You suddenly face the stage, and now you have 4 people, and you're like, wait.
Does the other child look injured?
Uh,
They are
they are
injured.
they are definitely singed. But that roll insight.
Okay, I'm gonna just. Seeker, please.
I'm so
Buddy.
sorry, me making you roll insight again.
Seeker, please, buddy. This is God.
But luckily, they weren't really hiding anything. As they had run across the stage, they tripped and they fall down. And now you can tell they do look pretty hurt.
Oh my little. Are you all right there? And Seeker will kind of like fast walk over, help the child up, and just go. Looks like you had a mighty scratch there. No worries. And Seeker will kind of, as he's helping them up, I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds. Don't mind me.
And as this all happens, they kind of like tug as if to pull away a bit, but they stop and just kind of stare at you.
I need to do plus my spell casting modifier, which is a 4. You gain 10 hit points.
Oh, thank goodness.
Congratulations. And yeah, Seeker kind of helps pick the child up, dust off their shoulders. And you should be as good as new, probably. You didn't take too much damage, did you? Yeah.
They continue to stare at you. They actually squint a little, but then they nod, and they pull out from under their shirt a packet of crackers. They hold it out to you.
Seeker takes a cracker.
They nod.
Seeker nods back.
the pact has been sealed. No, I'm kidding.
The pact has been sealed.
But yeah, now you're all on stage, and in fact, they actually turn and kind of stare at the professor too.
Are they?
Margaret's like
That's a lot of people.
the other little one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Are they? I forget. Did you say they're really small?
Well,
I forget
I
how
don't
big
know.
you said they were.
So one of them, the one with Seeker, is about like 3.5 feet tall or so,
Okay.
and the other one is actually a little bit shorter than that, but I'm not quite sure. So
Okay.
yeah, they're pretty small.
All right.
Average
All right.
5-year-old size.
Yeah. I think honestly, the professor is just gonna he's gonna smile a big wide toothy grin, and he's gonna sit down just on the stage so he can be closer to eye level and just sort of be like, hello.
And and the little one with Seeker kind of goes forward.
Wow, where are you? I didn't know you had a whole party.
Seeker kind of smiles and goes, "Well, we are technically looking for, uh, like still holding the 2 pieces of paper. Uh, and it's always better to go together in a group. Yes."
And she gives a big nod, like,
I travel around with Snap all the time. Oh, that's right. My name is Margaret, and it is nice to meet all of you.
and she does like a little curtsy.
Seeker does a little curtsy back.
That's very cute. The professor is gonna nod and be like, very, very nice to meet you. What did you just say?
Margaret.
You just
Margaret.
pleasure to meet you, Mark. I'm the professor.
A professor. So, a professor. That's like a teacher, right?
Yes, precisely.
Teacher.
And she just kind of looks sparkly for a moment, like,
Oh, a
Aw.
teacher.
Aw.
meanwhile, the other one has been staring at you.
Uh-huh.
Kind of just slowly looking you up and down. Has not said anything.
He's just gonna I mean, just meet their gaze, keep on smiling.
Would you like to engage in a staring contest?
Yes.
Roll a card.
All right. Oh my god. Let's see. Huh, 14. All right.
Oh, hon. Oh, hon.
So you both stare for a moment,
Oh.
but but uh but for a moment they kind of take a step back, and then they actually don't blink, but they rub at their eyes a little bit.
Hmm.
And then they look to the rest of you and then back at you, Professor. And they say,
I didn't catch that. They say what? I didn't.
they look a little embarrassed, but the
Mit,
No,
Mit,
out of Oh, okay. No, out of character, like you completely cut out.
Yeah.
whoopsies. They have a
Okay.
soft voice and stuff.
All right. Mitmat. And he's going to nod sagely and be like, Mitmat. Pleasure to meet you, dear.
And they just kind of nod like, okay.
um, I think if you guys have these drawings, the professor is just gonna be like, oh yeah, and you said you're looking for this person, and you were showing the other kid the drawing. So he's going to try and just sort of lean over and see if get a closer look at the drawing himself, because that's curious.
Yeah, Seeker's gonna kind of like motion the papers so like the professor can actually like look at it from sitting on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah, and uh, he's he's kind of frowning. He's like, uh how did you come by these? Do they look identical?
Speaks. My mic was like, oh. Margaret speaks up.
I found that one in the crate. Back there. And she points. It's with some food.
Ah,
It might be the same person, right? Maybe are they staying here? It's awfully dusty.
it could be. He
Ooh,
kind
we
of
could stake out the place.
he's kind of got a darker look on his face now. Like, this doesn't really look great. Are the do the two drawings look the same?
You have them now side by side. They do not look the same. So one of them has Bevin, this older looking man, and the mime that you assume is Maia.
Sure.
But the other one is Bev and two figures that you don't recognize. One of them just looks like just a lady wearing like a pinkish yellow.
Mm.
And not Margaret, by the way. I just realized that their colors are similar.
Yeah, sure.
And a man just wearing plain brown.
Hmm. Do they look like they were drawn by the same hands?
Yes.
Okay. Do they both look old? Like, is one of them noticeably more I don't know, torn up, worn than the other?
Well, one of them, the second one I described, is kind of crinkly, but that was from Knit Matt crumpling it up.
Uh-huh.
Um, but otherwise, once you smoothed it out, they they look about the same. They seem kind of recent, but not very much. Let me see. About it doesn't look totally old, is the thing.
Okay. Well, that's yeah. All right. I think he's gonna lean back and just sigh and say, "It looks like our friend Bevin was taking shelter here in this theater and left those drawings. Not particularly sure why. Um, I don't know if they're still staying here or not, but it might be worth taking a closer look. Especially, you said you found it with food in a crate. That that would be that would probably be close to wherever they were. Uh, well, staying, bunking, whatever.
And Margaret's nodding and following along, except she is a child and is kind of just like, This person is talking. I must pay attention, but I do not really know. She is but a child.
I think I mean he is saying this out loud to all of them, but I think he is addressing specifically Amber and Seeker. Like what do you think?
Well, I did see the spot earlier. We could definitely take a closer look at it.
I mean, yeah, makes enough sense to me.
I want to ask one more question about the drawings. Does Bevin in each drawing, what kind of expression is Bevin making? Are they both happy, as in a typical child's drawing?
So in the first drawing, the one with the mime and the older man, Bev looks happy. In the other drawing, with the unknown woman and man, Bevin has not an expression of sadness. It's kind of like a surprised face.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's going to point this out to Seeker and Amber and be like, it might be smart to be on the lookout for people. And he points at the two, yes, people on the second drawing, and it might be worth keeping a lookout for people of this description. They may not be entirely friendly to our friend Bevin.
Ooh, you think she was kidnapped?
It's possible.
Oh boy.
Hmm,
Seeker.
okay.
This is an interesting, not really unexpected plot twist. Seeker gives a nod. God.
The three of you are in agreement, and then Margaret pipes up.
So what are these numbers?
And she is actually pointing to the poster that you had given her, Seeker, and is pointing at the phone number and fax number.
Oh, those are the numbers to contact, you know the mime in the photo that you found?
Huh?
They're looking very hard for Bevin right now, so they're hanging these posters all around town.
Ah.
And these are the numbers that you use on a communication device to contact them.
Is there a phone in here?
And Margaret looks around.
What's a phone?
He just Professor just sort of taps a finger to his nose contemplatively, like, yes, well.
Go ahead.
No, that's it.
I was about to say, you're going to try to explain the concept of a phone.
Not today.
But Nitmat actually walks over to you, Professor, tugs on your jacket.
Yes,
They
Minmat.
stare at you and then point in the direction backstage.
All right. I mean, he's going to get up and move in that direction.
And you walk over, and in a little corner, there does seem to be a telephone.
Wonderful. He's going to honestly, it doesn't matter what type or how old it is. He would know how to operate it. He's going to see if he can dial the number.
You pick up the phone, but as you're about to dial it, you have it up to your ear, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing but silence. No dial tone.
Can he look to see if there's a cord somewhere coming from it? Anything, you know, if he can see if it's been maybe been broken or something. I mean, this is an old place, and well, I mean, he might be able to finagle something if he finds out what the problem is.
And you take a look around. You see a couple of cords kind of going to the left, and you follow it, but nothing seems to be really out of place. Maybe they just lost connection. The place is pretty old, or at
Mm.
least has been abandoned for a while.
Yes, that is true. He's going to go back to the phone proper and what shape is it? Like what kind of phone are we talking?
It's kind of like like those emergency phones or whatever. So like they have a hook, and then like you place it on the receiver. Like,
Uh-huh.
do you know what I mean?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Damn. Me. Well, because it's attached to the wall,
Okay.
and you have like the box there, and you hook the phone
Oh.
onto there. So,
Okay, yeah. All right. Just sort of a typical wall landline. All right.
Yeah.
He's going to just sort of go to the main box of it and just give it a good thump. And what he's really listening for is sort of a any sort of noise, any sort of chime.
uh, so you hit it, uh, and you hear kind of a thunk.
Mm. All right. Well, I mean, thunk. That's to be expected. So he's going to, I think, turn around and call back to the stage. It seems that the phone is inoperable, so we may have to find somewhere else.
Oh, maybe I could. Maybe I could take a look.
Have at it.
All right, Amber is going to head right on over and start poking at it with her tinker's tools. See if she can figure out if it's just like has no electricity or something.
And Margaret actually follows you.
Is that what it's phone?
Oh yes, that's the phone.
Yeah, I think so.
What does it do?
The professor's going to think for a second, and do you know the spell message?
I think I do. Don't you
Yes, it's
send
like
a message?
it does, but instead of using magic, it uses technology. It's a machine.
Tech, tech, technology?
Uh, It uses contraptions.
She looks more confused.
Oh dear. It uses metal parts.
Metal pipe.
Yes, they all go together and do different things. They're different shapes, and they can. And like
So-
he's just sort of running out of steam. He's like, oh, I don't know.
So she points to the poster again.
So that's call? You call someone? So what's this one?
And she's pointing to fax.
Oh yes, that would be if you'd like to send an image to somebody. You would need a copier machine, and you would put the you would put the thing the image you want to copy typically on a piece of paper, but I mean, you can make do with these different sort of things. And the machine, the copier, would scan it, and it would send a version of that message over to another person who also has a fax machine. And then their fax machine would print it out. And so they would have a copy of the same image, and they could see what you see.
And as you speak, you kind of see her focus go out and then in. She is so desperately trying to pay attention, but it's all foreign concepts to her. However, Mitmat does a little wave to you.
Yes, dear.
They point to another door that's nearby.
He's gonna go over there. He's gonna open the door, I guess.
And there's a small back room. And this room, there's like a desk, chair, lamp, and most notably, a fax machine.
Convenient.
And there's actually a box on the wall too. And it looks like a circuit breaker.
He's gonna just sort of like thump his palm against his forehead, like, oh, of course. And he's gonna go right to the circuit breaker and open it up. And what's it look like?
There seems to be most things in place, except there is a fuse missing.
I want him to dig into his pockets and see if he has a fuse, but I haven't made mechanics for that yet.
I
mean, he also just he can also just look around. I think he's going to look around the desk and drawers and see if he can find a spare fuse.
You look through a couple of drawers. There's like a couple of notebooks, pens, kind of some old cardboard stuff. You're not really sure, but you don't seem to find fuse.
Shame.
I was going to suggest maybe Amber had a fuse, but Tala is currently doing stuff, so.
I guess you could say this is rather confusing.
But
I'm sorry, I'm still on my puns here.
Could I just investigate like the area that Bevin was probably staying in?
Yes, you may.
I'd just like to roll investigation. 20 plus 18.
So you quickly hurry back over to the crates that had foodstuffs and whatnot. You kind of start rummaging around a bit. And what do you know? In one of the corners, that looks like a fuse.
He wasn't actually aiming for a fuse box, but you know what? It works. It's a strange looking box. It kind of looks like the one from the thing. It's fine. Seeker definitely knows what a fuse box is. Definitely.
I think the professor at this point is gonna go back to the door and shout, "Has anyone found a fuse?"
Is this a fuse?
Maybe come over here.
Yeah, it's gonna walk up, hold out the strange looking box.
Oh yes,
sound.
Perfect, dear. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. He's gonna take it and skip back into the room and stick it right in the fuse box and try and activate it.
And you you plug it in there, and you kind of switch on a couple of things, and things do start turning on. Like a couple of stage lights, a couple of uh, other apparati, whatever. The point is,
Yes.
things start activating, including the fax machine in front of you.
Oh, good. Is it printing? Or is it just on?
It is on.
All right. Uh, he calls to because I think Amber and Seeker still have those drawings with them. He's gonna call them over to come over and hand them to him so he can fax them to Maya.
Should we write a note to go along with this so Maya doesn't, like, you know...
Yes. No, that is a very
Don't
good
freak
idea.
out, but
Yes, I will send the note first. What shall we say?
Seeker opens his mouth and then puts the finger over his mouth like he didn't actually consider what to put on the note.
How about we found these drawings in an old abandoned theater, and we're pretty sure Bevin was kidnapped.
I'm not sure if we should say that exactly. Maybe we can say it's a possibility based on, let's see, we intuited it from the drawings, assuming that Bevin made them, and that they are perhaps not good people, but I don't know if I would specifically say kidnapped just yet.
I mean, why not?
You don't.
People tend to have negative reactions when you say someone's been kidnapped.
I think it would frighten Maya rather badly, and there's no reason for fear mongering.
Fine. How about we say that we're pretty sure they were hiding here for a little while instead, but they're probably gone now, judging by all the dust.
Yes, they suppose they've moved on. Do we know the address of this place? Can I even step out the front door? Tell me what the number is.
I'll go
That
get
would be
it.
useful.
Seeker will go, in fact, go find out what the address is. If Seeker does know how to take an address. I've never actually considered this. Does Seeker have this
me who
knowledge?
also didn't consider this. Wait.
Yeah, he's just
Well, he goes outside.
goes outside, looks around. Should I roll
And-
intelligence to see if I can find it? It doesn't have to be like a concrete address. Just like Seeker would be like, oh yeah, this is probably where this place is.
and they're. Oh, right.
Oh, I was just gonna roll a straight intelligence. That was okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. That's a total of a 7.
Well, you go out and you attempt to look for signs, like street signs, so you can at least guesstimate where this place is. You do not find any. You actually have no idea where you are in Toontown. You just know you're in there. But as you turn back around, what is that? It seems like something metal, but it looks like it has a number or two on the side of the building.
Huh. He's gonna write down the numbers.
As well as a name.
Yeah, write down the number, write down the name, kind of like nodding to himself, like, yes, this is probably helpful, maybe.
I hope so.
With that 7, he totally remembers what an address is, and totally knows what he's doing. It's not like he's used an address before, at all, ever. He can barely read a map. He's just gonna walk back inside the building and hand over whatever piece of paper that he wrote it on, and he goes, I think that is it.
Oh.
Professor, you take a look at it,
Yeah, what do I
and
get?
somehow it does look like an address, at least.
All right. Thank you, Seeker. This will do quite well. And I think he's going to write up a note with gist of what they said. Sort of agreed to say.
Yeah. Seeker is perfectly fine with this letter.
All right. So he's going to send the letter first. Then, and obviously say, to Maya from, the professor, Seeker, and Amber, and yeah, send the letter first, and then send off the 2 drawings. And
And you wait a moment as each document goes through. After the second drawing, you just kind of wait a moment, a little bit longer. And meanwhile, Margaret is staring at this, fascinated. Has no idea what this is, but she is looking. And meanwhile, Mitmat's just sitting in the corner, just sitting like, well, this is happening. This might as well happen. But then
Mitmat has been very helpful.
it starts to make a whirring sound as you are receiving a paper.
Mm.
And it prints out completely. And it appears to be from Maia.
He's gonna take it out and read it
And
aloud, presumably.
Okay. So the note says, "Come back to the cafe. Things have changed."
Things have changed? What an interesting plot twist.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that.
And that's where we're gonna leave off.
Oh no.
God.
Oh yes.
I want to make sure the children get home okay. Wait, I want to make sure the
Okay.
children get home okay.
Okay. I mean, if you want to ask, you can.
I do.
Well, you turn to look for the children. Mitmat is gone.
Uh-huh.
You notice though, actually, as you do see a little, you spot a little bit of their boot as they kind of they go through like a different hole out of the theater.
Oh, joy.
So they just scurried away. But Margaret kind of just looks at the three of you like,
Huh?
Well, I mean, no, go ahead.
Do you know your way back home? Margaret?
Oh, I think so. A Snap should know.
and she again gestures to the right of her. There's nothing there.
Seeker is going to nod at this blank piece of air and go, well, make sure she gets home safely.
He's talking to an imaginary friend.
Shh.
Aren't you a little old for that?
And
I mean, I got out of that stage when I was 3.
she turns to you and she says,
Well, that's what mommy and daddy said. But they don't think it's bad. They just say it's someone only I can see.
Well, if that's what you want to tell yourself.
The professor looks disapprovingly at Amber.
But we've played in here before, so I think we know the way back.
Just make sure you'll get home safely, alright?
she gives a nod and then does a little curtsy.
It was very nice to meet you.
Seeker does a overdramatic bow back. It was very nice to
Splendid.
meet you as well.
Splendid to meet you. And the professor's going to turn around and say, "Let's go," and he's going to start running.
Okay, we're going.
Da-da-da-da.
Yes, we're going.
Guess we're going.
Bye.
Bye, dear.
And as you take a little wave back to them, you mind making a perception check, Seeker?
Oh boy, my best stat. Please, I want to perceive. That's a 10. That's an average. Please.
And as you look back, maybe it's because you're moving, the sunglasses,
Sunglasses.
the dust that's been kicked up.
Oh, he's gonna have
But-
to clean those off.
You could have sworn you saw something next to her. You're not quite sure. You see a rather large outline of something. But you're kind of dusting off your sunglasses. You look again. You don't really see anything.
I will note when he's dusting off his sunglasses, he does not open his eyes the entire time they are off. So, yeah, definitely didn't see anything.
But yes,
That
I
is very
suppose we shall.
interesting, and we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Let's not unpack that. Anyway.
Wait, not come back. I want to unpack that later. Wait. No.
And so now we shall end with the three of you running hurriedly back to the cafe.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Woo!
Because it's about time that we close our session here. But
Yay.
worry not, we will
Yay!
return in the next session. And
Oh.
with some 2 other people.
Oh.
Join us for the multi-shot that this connects to. The
Oh.
Virtuosos Flourish.
Oh.
Yeah! So,
Yay.
but thank you guys for listening, and thank you, players.
Thank you. This has been wonderful.
Yay.
This has
Yay,
been
it's
fun.
it was fun.
This has been fun.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Yep. See ya.